told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way.
Hey, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you're watching me from. I'm still your girl Eunice. How is everyone doing today? Do you know you can train your child in an African way and still maintain the British law? I don't know if you're aware. Come closer. I will tell you so many ways you can train a child in an African way and still maintain the law of the land. It could be applicable to any country. I'm saying UK because I stay in the UK. So you can still train a child in an African way and still maintain their law here. So I will tell you a few tips. I still remain your girl Eunice. If this is your first time, please subscribe. If you are returning, thank you for stopping by and thank you for watching, and also share our video, please. Yes, today I said you can train a child in an African way and you still maintain the law of the land. So why did I say this? There are so many ways you can train a child. There are so many ways you can engage with a child. There are so many ways you can train your children and you still maintain the law of the land. So one of the things I'm going to be talking about today is engagement. So when I say engagement, what I mean is that try to engage with your son, with your daughter. Try to engage with your children in so many things they do. If you try to engage, be part of their daily life, be part of what they do each time, especially in the school. Because in the school, they learn a lot. In the school, they learn a lot. So because of this, you need to be part of what is going on in their life every day, including me as a mother. So try to know what is going on within the school. Do you check, when they come back from school, do you check their bags? Do you check the type of book they read? Do you check what they have been doing in school? So engagement is one of the ways you need to train a child in a way that you want that child to grow. And then when that child grows, every country, every parent, every human being on this earth who has children always want to produce a good child. Even the country where you are don't want you to raise a child who will carry something tomorrow, go find people for school. So they want you to raise a child, a responsible child. Every country wants to raise a responsible child. So because of that, we need to engage with our children. And as an African parents, precisely, we need to engage with our children. What I mean by that is that looking at what they do in school, for example, I'll give you an example. Do you know here in the UK, there's always a time during October when they celebrate Halloween. Yes, Halloween. Halloween is the time in October. It is celebrated every 31st of October. So the UK celebrate their witches. It's normal. It's called Halloween. So, because of this, during this time, students will come home with some books about witches, what witch is all about, what Halloween is all about. So you say that, for me, I've had that experience. When my child came back and I look at the book, because normally you go through the book, because they always come home with books. Try to know the type of book they read. Do you know when I looked at the back and I noticed this book, and what is written was not really what I was expecting. Even the pictures, I had to open the books and then I saw so many pictures of Halloween, so many things that are so weird in nature. And I asked, what type of book is this? He said, Mommy, because it's Halloween a month, we're giving book that we're reading about witches, we're reading about Halloween. I said, no, we are not reading this book. What I did, I had to take a pen and write on the communication book. You have communication book which you can write and give to the teacher at school. So what I did, I had to write on the book, please do not give my child this type of book. We don't celebrate Halloween. We are Christians. We don't celebrate Halloween in our family. So I put it down. I put it in his book. And I said, if you go to school, give this to your teacher. So which he did. And even teacher wrote to me back, oh, I am sorry. We are not going to give him such a book next time. So that's why I said you have to engage with your child. Especially those of us coming from Africa. There are so many rules, there are so many laws, there are so many things you really, really need to be careful about. So when we're talking of engagement, know about what your child is bringing home. Know the type of friends your children are keeping. Know the type of friends your child is keeping out there. If a child tells you, oh, mom, this is my friend, or this is my best friend, or this is my... It's fine. But try to know the parents. This is what I do. I try to know the parents, especially when I know that you're coming closer to my child, and I can see two of you are going on well, which is not bad. It's good to have friends in school. But what type of children is our children going out with? Have you tried to know the parents? Are they from Africa, or are they from any part of the world? America, UK, Bulgaria, any Europe, maybe within the school. However, have you tried to find out who the parents are? So that you know when your child is going out to the school, or when your child is in school and will tell you, oh, my friend did this, my friend did that. You know the type of friend your child is having. So let us be part of the life of our children, especially when they're in school. Also, let us listen to our children. If we listen to our children, respect their opinion, even if they're saying something that doesn't really make meaning. Try to understand what they're talking about. Try to now, in a low tone, tell them, oh, I think we should do it this way. Oh, I think it's okay this way. Or I think it's not really okay. Take, for example, your child might wake up and say, oh, mommy, you know, my friend is going to this party. I want to go and have fun tonight. And you tell you, you don't have to start shouting on, onto the child. I said, oh, I don't want you to go there. You want to end up like a Mr. Okoro's daughter. You want to end up with Mr. Okafor's son. No. I don't want to do it. You're going to be behaving like a Mr. Joko, a second child. So, such tone will raise more voices. So, rather than saying that, you can say to your son, oh, my dear, I don't think you'll go for that party tonight, too. With the low tone, if you put your voice low, that child can see reasons with you. The child can see reasons with you. Because if you raise your voice like, oh, I don't want to end up like a Tito person, I don't want to end up like a... You are now comparing that child to somebody you think is not of good behavior. So that's why I said you need to listen to your child. You need to make sure when they're talking, even if they're saying something that for you is not relevant, listen to that. So engagement, try to know who is in your son's or daughter's life, who is the friend, monitor the friend, make sure you know the parents of this friend. And another thing that is common in this England where we are is, hey mommy, I want to go for sleepover in my friend's house. I know that one in my house, man, no. The sleepover, you don't get that. So this is the main thing here. Oh, I'm going to my BFF place. Best friend forever. That's BFF. So, especially when they're growing old, 11, 12, 13 years old, they'll be giving you all these names. Even you as a mother, I don't even know. Even you as a father, I don't even know. Hey, I want to go to my BFF place. Yeah, as I said, best friends forever. So, I want to go to my BFF place. We're going to sleep over. Have you asked yourself, your child is going to sleep over? What are they going to do? Sleeping over, like how? Are you going to be reading your book or playing game overnight? Or what are you going to be doing? Because if I tell you, at the end of the day, we really, really need to make sure who our child go out with. The type of activity they do, the type of thing they do out there, even as I said, in school especially. Because remember, you give birth to a child, but we didn't give birth to their mind. So whatever we feed into that mind is really, really important. When we give birth to a child, we didn't give birth to the mind. So whatever we feed in, positive or negative, it has a very great influence to our children. So that's why when they're talking, we need to listen to them. And when we're giving them information, if it means you repeating it every morning, if it's a child that maybe after getting ready for school and they're going out, you can say, today, no fighting. No fighting. You repeat it today, tomorrow, you repeat it. Next week, the child will be, Mom, you are here. You say, yeah, I know you are hearing me, but sorry, I need to be repeating it every morning. Today, no fighting. No quarreling. You go to school. Tomorrow, he or she will get ready for school. Still on the door, you say, remember, no fighting. Remember, no kicking. Remember, no this. So these are words you feed into their mind. So when they grow up, they still maintain that word. It may be difficult. You may be saying, "Oh, mommy, why are you telling me every day? Am I a baby? I'm not a baby anymore. I'm 40 years now. I'm 20 years now." So at the end of the day, you need to really make sure that you're feeding positive things into their minds. As I said, just take it easy with them. Walk along with them. For example, the party I just, gave as an example. A child can say, "I want to go to party." Another way is stand by your right as parents. Stand by your right as parents. For example, I'll give you an example. Something happened around where we live last time. This is a 14-year-old girl. The mom is from Lagos, and this girl finished eating and could not wash the plate. She put it on the table, put her leg across, and then start watching the television and also pressing her phone. And the mom said, after 1 hour plus, the mom said, "Is that plate still there? Could you please go and put the plate in the kitchen?" The girl didn't do it, and the mom thought she didn't do it. The mom had to off the television and keep the remote. As soon as the mom left the scene, she went back again and took the remote and on the television. The mom come back again and said, "Please take your plate into the kitchen. You can watch your telly, you can do whatever you are doing on the phone, but please take off this plate. Don't make it dirty for me, please." So 3 times, 4 times, this girl did not hear. So what did the mama do? Mama do him the way now. As soon as the mother, beat her, she cried and cried and cried. The next day, the mom went to work innocently. She was at work. She received a call. She received a call from the school. "Oh, Mrs. this, Mrs. that. Please, we want to see you in school as soon as possible." So immediately the woman noticed that the child must have reported her to school. So the mom left work, took excuse, and went to school. Before she could get to the school, guess what? Everybody was waiting for her. The police, the social worker, every child welfare, everybody was waiting for her because of what? The child reported that the mom beat her. So as soon as this woman was just coming in by the door, the woman could not even enter. The woman just said, "You know what? I am not ready to train a child who will not listen. You can take her if you want her. I am not ready to sit down here and talk with you. So all of you are here. This is what you're telling our child. You're teaching our child to disobey us. Are you teaching our child not to listen to us? Is this what you teach to a child? That a child will finish food and then she's not able to, not even to wash the plate. Take the plate inside the kitchen. So if this is what you're training to our child to be, then I'm not here to talk anything with you." So the woman stood on her feet and told them, "You know what? You can take this child away. I don't train a child. I don't train a stubborn child." So they were like, "Oh, please come in. Let's talk about it." The woman said, "I am not talking about it." Before you could know it, this woman entered her car, went back home and said, "You know what? Keep her here. I'm going to my house. Let me bring her bag and bring her clothes. I will give it to you. Take her. I will not train a child who doesn't listen to me. I listen to my mom. I follow my mom to kitchen to cook. And that's why I was able to cook the food she's eating now." So she finished eating. She could not wash the plate. "Please go and put your plate in the kitchen." She refused 3-4 times. So now, you brought the Peter. The woman says she's not ready to talk with anybody. That she's going back home. She's bringing her clothes. She's coming back to school and give to you. You take her. So when this woman was doing this, she immediately entered her car. She drove off. Let me tell you, do you know what happened? Both the school management, both the police, everybody was running, going after this woman, was begging her, "Oh, please, let's sort it out." The woman said, "I am not sorting anything out. I'm bringing her clothes. You take her." This woman got to the house, packing the bag. They look at the door, the door was banging. They were knocking. The woman said, "Wait, I am coming. You take her. I'm not interested anymore. I cannot train a child who will not listen to me." Now, before they could, come to the lady's house, before they will even enter the house, the woman has already packed everything. And look at this child crying bitterly by the feet of her mom and to say, "Mommy, I'm sorry, Mommy." So now, the school and the social worker will now pleading with this woman to please accept her back, that she made a mistake, that there are certain things that will happen. You stand off it as a mother. Even if they say don't beat, don't buy, don't this, don't do that. Yes, but at the end of the day, you're making this child to become somebody tomorrow, because the society don't want you to raise a child who doesn't listen. They don't want you to raise a child who will stand up tomorrow, carry something, go to buy people left, right, and center. They want you to train a child, to produce a child that is a good citizen. So how do we do that? Let me tell you, African way remains always the best way to train a child. If you come here, I don't know if people see African way of training children as negative. I don't think so. Because in African home, when a child does something that is wrong, we need to tell her it's wrong. I don't think it's painful. I don't think it's something that is not good. The child finish eating, wash your plate. I don't think it's that too hard to do, for example. So that's why I said you can train a child in here, still maintain their British law and legislation about children. So I think I've given you some few tips of few areas, or certain like areas that you really need to work hard on to make sure that we train our children here, including me talking, to train our children in an African way. We don't have to be that harsh. We don't have to be harsh on them. Let us work with them. Let us listen to them. Let's gradually know who their friends are. I know it's a little bit difficult, especially, when you're living abroad. It's so difficult because of time. You're going to work. You're doing one thing or the other at the same time. So sometimes it's not always easy to checkmate all this. But let us try. Because you're going to work for those children. You don't want to be at work and they call you something bad has happened. We want to raise a child whose society will see tomorrow and say, wow, this is a very nice or a very good child. So let us put our feet and say, this is what you want. This society will listen to you. There are certain age here where they teach children social education, and certain families, especially African families. I'm saying what I know because some African family, when the letter comes, because definitely they will get consent from you to say, yes, I want my child to be part of this class. Especially when he's at the early stage. For example, if he's 6 years or 7 years and they've already started teaching them sex education, if you feel it's not the right time for your child, when the consent form come, they will ask you, I agree or I don't agree. If you don't want, you can say, I don't agree. And the school will respect it. So anytime they're teaching such thing in school, the child will move out and take her book or his book and move to the other class to read. So the law still respect your own opinion as a parent. So what we need to do now is work on those things that we think if we work it together with our children, they will be raised well. So I think I've given you the tips. Please also let our culture reign. Let's start from home. Let's speak our language to our children. When they go out there, they represent us well. So thank you very much for watching my video. I hope I've given you some tips, and I hope I've given you some areas that we need to improve as parents, including me, to make sure that our children are raised well. Especially in our African way, especially in a way that a child will grow up and be respectful. So thank you for watching my video. I still remain Eunice. Please subscribe and share. As you share this video, many people will get to know about this video and people can learn from it as well. So thank you so much. I remain your girl, and I will see you in my next video.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way.